Okay, this video, I'll let y'all get up in here, but I'll start now. Closure from getting the truth, about the narcissist or whatnot, the situation you were dealing with. And greetings to everyone. I want to get into this really quick about how important it is to get truth, and when we do get it, that we have to accept it. Okay. You have to give yourself closure, but a lot of this, when we talk about closure, you've already had enough information from dealing with them to give yourself that closure yourself. So, meaning that you cannot turn and look towards them for the closure. You have to create that closure yourself. And the biggest part about how to do this, guys, is that you have to go back and assess everything that you experienced. Look at the beginning and then look at what the end result was. And I guarantee you can go through all those moments of when you were with this individual to see where you had enough evidence, you had enough negative experience with this person to give yourself your own closure. Okay? You don't need to get it from the narcissist after a certain point of time or a certain, especially after it's been done. Especially after the whole situation is closed and finished. You have to go back within and assess your own experience with them and say, you know what? I don't need to hear or see anything from them to get my closure. I have my closure already. I have my closure from going through, and what I experienced, what I went through, what I the betrayal, the backstabbing, the lying, all of these things. If you just look at that, that's already enough for you to have closure. That's already enough for you to have closure within itself right there. Just go back and look at all of the bullshit, all of the stuff that you caught them in. Just look at it. Look at how many times they betrayed you. Look how many times they lied to you. Look how many promises they broke with you. And then look in the end of what they did as a result to all of your loyalty, perseverance through dealing with them. Look at what you got in the end. That's closure for you. That should be closure right there. That should be closure within itself right there. You don't need to look for an answer on their side. Don't look on that side of where they are, because that's where the betrayal lies. Trying to see their side, trying to see things their way is what got you betrayed in the first place. All of them are a piece of work. They all are. And the more you try to look at yourself as to say, why didn't this work? Well, it's because we allowed our boundaries to be infiltrated, to be breached. Every last one of you, if you dealt with one, I promise you, you can count on two hands and then some how many times you were betrayed, lied to, manipulated. There's more than enough. There's more than enough. So at this point, there is no need to look back and feel sorry or regret anything about disowning them. There's nothing to look back and regret. Nothing at all. Don't look and look at your decision as something that, you know, in a regretful way. Because I can guarantee you, the next individual, whoever they're dealing with, is getting exactly what you got. This is the process. This is the life of what they are. Somebody said that narcissism was a borderline with the minor in narcissism. Yeah, that's you know, that's just something, guys. I mean, that's just something when you look back on it, and we're educated into knowing that, you know, there's people out here who are, you know, masters of the theater. You know what I mean? There's people who are out here only to interact with people and be with people out of personal gain. That's what's going on. And many of us, when we encounter these individuals, when we come across these individuals, we realize just how you know, different we perceive life is from what it really is and what's actually out there. So, you know, there's not people who want the same things as you want. There's not people who share the same things that you respect and value, you know, just because you give it to them. You give some people respect, they're not going to give you respect back. They're going to take your respect as weakness. They're going to take your respect as the green light to go ahead and try to manipulate you or use you. So we can't do that anymore. We can't do that anymore. Yeah, taking the high road, let me tell you something. Taking the high road with a narcissist or any type of cluster B type of disordered individual will immediately signal to them that you are an easy victim. That's what that does. There is no taking the high road with someone who does not respect the boundaries, rights, or anything of someone else. There's no taking the high road with that. You will be considered weak, and you will be targeted to be manipulated, played, and used. Being considerate. That's another thing. They look at that as a weakness. They look at it as a weakness. But the way you have to do it, they have to, and this is what gets a lot of you, is because initially in the beginning, the narcissist does reciprocate back, only for the purpose of creating the impression that they are someone who does respect and follow along the same lines of believing in, you know, respect is to be earned and given. They'll play the role off initially to lock you in. They'll play it off. But after a while, that slips away. That's gone. So more or less, it is important, guys, to look at the past of these individuals. Look at the track record. Look at the track record in them. And if you look at their rap sheet, I mean, it's for miles and miles of failures, of disappointments, of carnage that they've left behind from dealing with other people. So in the end, guys, in the end, your closure, the truth, is with you. The closure and the truth starts and begins to unfold and uncover itself with you. You know what your experience was. You know what you went through. And you know what the end result was. Don't talk yourself out of the truth. Don't talk yourself out of the reality that you experienced. And reside yourself within that truth. Just wanted to let y'all know that. I mean, a lot of people struggle with this cognitive dissonance after it's over. They start second guessing and wondering. And no, you know what you went through. You know what you experienced. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a fluke. Okay? So, let's see. Well, normal person plans for a great future. Narc spends every waking moment. Yeah, the narcissist does. They're, guys, when they see you, they're looking to take out a lot of their anger, frustrations out on innocent people who are good-hearted. It feels better to get over on somebody who's a good person for them. Getting over on somebody who's already effed up and bad off, that doesn't do it. It doesn't hit them the same way. They like getting over and destroying someone who is a good person. It gives them more fuel. It feels better when they do it that way. So guys, that's all I have to say for this video. Share it, like it,